All right. Oh, YouTube looks like it has a new look. Get this video link. And let's just have a conversation. There we go. All right. Let's see how many people are here. We got 8 people that are here so far. Software updated. Okay. Great. I also wanted to go on TikTok. I wanted to see if they allow me to go live on TikTok. Um, yeah, get the latest version of TikTok to discover new features and improvement. Okay. Let's go back and let's download TikTok. Give me a second, guys. We will get into what we discussed later. Why is this not working? This doesn't even make sense. It's not updating. All right, we got 27 people here. We'll definitely get into what we want to talk about. I feel like we just need to have this discussion because there's some stuff that we were talking about yesterday and things that are on YouTube that we just need to have a full conversation on. And it may not be the most popular topic in the world, especially with Dogecoin running, and we can talk about all of that stuff as well. Um, but we need to have this conversation, so we will talk about it. And it's not only about conversation. Yes, I know Doge is making moves. It's not only about you know just having the conversation. It's also about taking action, and I think we will take some action. I just don't know how much we'll be able to push the the limits. So Doge looks freaking fantastic, but we're gonna talk about that. I want to go live on TikTok as well, but it's not. This doesn't seem to be working. It keeps telling me to update, and then it doesn't update. You know. Let me turn off this phone and then turn it back on. I want to use this phone because it's so easy to do that without using like my own phone. Um, Jesus. Good morning, Matt. Hiya. Good morning. Good morning. We got 40 people here. Good morning from Canada. Thank you for watching. There we go. Good morning, Matt. How's your day? I can't complain about my day. It's okay. Yesterday, I'm gonna start recording a lot more videos for not for TikTok, for Twitter. Um, so Elon is making moves too. Elon's always making some type of moves. I'm gonna start recording a lot of videos for Twitter as well. I feel like they get a lot of views, a lot of engagement, and I think that's the best bet. If I want to explain something, I can explain something quick on there. Um, I can also explain things quick on TikTok if I wanted to. So maybe I can make those videos for TikTok as well as Twitter, and we can have those conversations, back and forth. Good afternoon from India. Thank you for watching. Open your subscription invitation. I'll start subscriptions. Start live subscriptions. A new way to receive earnings. I don't understand what that is. Um, okay. Why do I need to select something? Let's just start it. Okay, well, can I go back? We'll figure that out later. Doge is running. I know Doge is running. Do you want me to talk about Doge rather than Terra Luna Classic? Is that what you want me to? Doge will be integrated on Twitter for sure. I I would agree, and we can definitely talk about Doge. That's not a problem. And I know Doge is running. It's I think ranked. It's still ranked eighth. It's at a $20 billion market cap, 15 cents. But understand that this is running from where it was at its lows, but it's still not back even close to where it was at the highs. But it's great to see this run. This is similar to what we've seen before. Why do I need? Why do I need to allow them? Uh, I don't want to allow that. What's the point of that? All right, so this is my only way of going live on TikTok. So we're gonna check as many comments as we can over here, not just this platform, but also other platforms. Oh, that's cool. Doge is hot right now, bro. That's the hot topic. I know it's the hot topic. Um, but if you want me to talk about Doge, we can always talk about Doge. But I just wanted to have that discussion about um, Terra Luna Classic a little bit. So let's go. Let's do this. You seem to be irritated by Doge. I'm not irritated by Doge. Not even at the slightest bit. I'm still invested in Doge. There's no issues there. Um, I've made three videos on Dogecoin just recently, so yeah, I'm not irritated at all. We need to be patient with Lunic. Doge didn't move for a while, and now it's making uh, our Lunic made its move in September. It will have its time soon. Meanwhile, the price is lower and more burns. That's true. I think the point that I want to make is more on the fact that we need to see um, a lot more burns from the CEXs, and it's not in the form of fee burns where we were having this conversation, with a lot of other people. So I wanted to go through that right now and talk about Terra Luna Classic because if we talk about this position, have a discussion on how many burns we would see and how we would get to that level, it would just be, night and day in where we are. Even though we are at a good spot with Terra Luna Classic, I think we could be at a better spot. We could be burning a lot more. So after November, Luna Classic will pump. Buy, buy, buy. That's what your opinion is. I hope that's the case, but it's not 100% proven. So thank you everybody that's joining on TikTok. If you have any comments on cryptocurrency or Terra Luna Classic, feel free to join in. And anybody that's on Twitch, anybody that's on YouTube, feel free to join in as well. But TikTok, you're not going to be able to see my screen because I am going to show exactly the tweets that I ended up having and the conversations that it started. So if you want to join over on YouTube, feel free to join over on YouTube. But basically, if I'm going to bring up my screen right now, talking about Terra Luna Classic, Lunic relist on Coinbase, it's probably not going to. The reason being is because Coinbase doesn't really do well with a lot of those situations, a lot of those legal situations. They just don't. So midterm change of power will help. Yeah, probably. Doge only pumped because a pic of Elon posted of his Doge wearing a Twitter T-shirt. Interesting, very very interesting. But let's show my screen really quick. So I put out a couple of tweets, a couple of videos, which I'm going to start to do a lot more videos on Twitter because it just functions, or I think it works a lot better. I do want to be able to pause and start again because it takes me a while to record it perfectly and how I wanted to say it. Um, but basically, I put out a video yesterday, or I put out a tweet yesterday that actually got quite a bit of traction, and it was basically around the 1.25 billion coins that were burned, and me not saying it's enough. Well, other creators, another creator commented on this and said that you don't expect Binance to burn a lot, right? You don't expect Binance to burn more with, take away from their own pockets and burn more money. And that brought up obviously the conversation on whose money are they actually burning if they do this. Um, if Binance does it themselves, the reason why they're not doing it is not because of they don't want to burn their own money. It's because you're looking at their bottom line that will be affected in a large way with a $1 billion, $1+ billion market cap coin. Um, yeah, people should pay you for how gorgeous you are. I appreciate that. Uh, that's definitely Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin is definitely making a move, but I don't think we're here to talk about. Well, we can talk about Dogecoin, but we're not mainly here to talk about Dogecoin. Um, so yeah, I think CEX is the way that they're doing this, where you have KuCoinGate.io not doing anything really, but then you have Binance that's doing something, and people are so blinded by the fact that they're doing something that they're ignoring the fact that they could be burning a lot more via the tax, and it's not necessarily them that needs to burn off their money. It's our percentage that we're willing to accept. The problem is, one, CEX cannot do it by themselves. CZ has said this himself. We need to see multiple exchanges do this themselves, and that's the way it has to roll, and that's the way that it's going to if we apply pressure this way. So I put out a video basically talking about how all CEXs should adopt the 0.2%. We had KuCoin that came out and voted on this, but hasn't said anything about adopting the 0.2% at all. MEXC has done a little bit of something, but we need to see Gate.io, KuCoin, Matthew Perry Takeoff died. What? Moment of silence for Takeoff? What are you talking about? Are you talking about Dogecoin? Sure. But I think we just need to focus on getting these exchanges on board. Once they get on board with the 0.2%, and we need to kind of pressure them to get on board. So I created videos talking about that and created another video kind of responding to some things that are in there. But it's definitely a conversation we need to have. We all can agree that if all CEXs were doing the 0.2%, CZ is live on Twitter in 10 minutes. All right, well, we'll definitely, I guess if you want to listen to that, we can listen to it. But I haven't seen anything. Let me duplicate this and then type in CZ. Let me see if he has anything that he's gonna see you later. Prepare. So he's live soon. What is he gonna talk about? Obviously, maybe he'll mention Lunic. I don't know. If you want to listen to it, we can definitely listen to it. Takeoff from the Migos was shot. Okay. Oh really? I didn't know that. Why aren't the CEXs implementing it? Because right now you would only have one that implements it. So let's say if Binance implements it, and I talked about this in a previous video, if they decide to, launch a, 1.2% or 0.2% burn, no other exchange is doing that. And if no other exchange is doing that, they are eating away from their liquidity, from their coins that they hold. So if they have their coins that they hold and they're burning those coins while KuCoin's doing nothing, KuCoin may be getting more users over to their platform because they have less of a fee than what Binance has if they implement a 0.2%. But right now, Binance has the lowest fee. Um, Binance has the ability to trade it for free or swap it for free, and then you're also seeing out of that fee a burn happening. So they realize that they have the lowest fee. They realize that they can do something with this to bring in more users, and those more users will also add to their bottom line by buying other things. They're not just going to buy only Terra Luna Classic. They're going to buy probably 5 other coins or tokens, and contribute to Binance's bottom line. CZ knows what he's doing. He's a smart guy. Everybody has said he's a smart guy. I believe he's a smart guy, and this is not just about the Luna community. This is about his business. If he can make his business more valuable, he will. So that's the way that I look at it. But we need to have this discussion here. Morning, Matthew. Good luck on the stream today. Hope all is well. Everything's great, Lunatics Token. I appreciate you stopping by. And yeah. The exchanges won't get on board because the goalpost keeps moving. 1.2% to 0.2%, and then 0.2% is not enough. That's not the case. The exchanges won't get on board because of the fact that they would be burning off their own liquidity. They know that majority of the volume flows through exchanges. If you go on, Coin Market Cap, you go to Terra Luna Classic, right here. Where's it at? Terra Luna Classic. You're gonna see that CEX volume is $416,000 versus DEX volume is $416,000, but CEX volume is $180 million. So the difference between doing it on chain and doing it off chain is absolutely crazy. Now, I know that some of that volume that flows through CEXs can be on chain as well, but we're looking at a very small amount that will be on these on chain versus off chain. So if one exchange does it, then they take away from their own coins. They take away from their own bottom line, especially as Terra Luna Classic is running, because they are burning. But if everybody starts to burn, there's no problems there. It's not about moving the needle, because they've already moved the needle when it came to the on-chain burns. They took the on-chain burns, adopted the on-chain burns at 1.2%, and then they said, you know what? They decided to switch it, so we are going to switch it as well. Why couldn't they do that off-chain and on-chain at the same time? It's not about moving too quickly. The community seems to be indecisive, but the only reason we're indecisive is because we wanted to make it better for the exchanges to adopt the 0.2% burn or adopt any type of burn. Because what's crazy is they've done it. Some of these exchanges have done it for, smaller coins, smaller. You said Doge crash incoming. I would say that that's definitely a possibility, especially after seeing a larger increase. But I know I forget where I was going, where I was at. I tend to read a comment and then all of a sudden, boom, it's just out of my head. Um, So yeah, it's not about the 0.1% of them moving too fast, because, like I said, on chain and off chain could have been moved together. It's about the fact that we need to apply any type of pressure. They've done it for smaller coins, done it for smaller tokens. I've seen it. And what we're going to see is probably Lunatics token jump on some of these platforms with a 10% burn. And they're not going to care about that. Why do they care about Terra Luna Classic? Because it's a $1 billion market cap coin. Things that are $1 million market cap coin there's a lot of them. And they can adopt whatever they have. So yeah, you're saying CZ is live. I don't know if I'm going to listen to him, because I want to have this conversation. But if you want to listen to him, let me know. I feel like we don't have anybody on TikTok, so they can't hear it anyways. Do you want to listen to CZ on Twitter? Let me refresh this. He's probably on Binance, right? They're using Binance. So let's go to Binance. So if you want to listen to it, let me know. So, so what exactly is the use of Lunic, and how is this a cryptocurrency? Thank you. So, what is the use of Lunic? There's going to be plenty of uses for Lunic. One, we have an understanding that there's going to be a metaverse to where we're able to use Terra Luna Classic, buying NFTs, able to use Terra Luna Classic as a form of payment. We'll be able to use Terra Luna Classic there. But Terra Luna Classic was mainly the governance token, right? Governance tokens should basically be used for governance. And how we're doing it right now is to build Terra Luna Classic back to a previous spot to where it was used for governance. Now, I'm not sure exactly everything that's going to be built use case wise or utility wise, but I know there's going to be a lot, especially with all of the hype and all of the popularity around Terra Luna Classic. Um, the fact that we're able to use this position or use this cryptocurrency as a form of payment, and you know, in every single scenario. So NFTs, gaming, whatever other things come up in the conversation. Your conversations were here to listen to. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. What does governance mean? It means that we're able to vote and decide what happens for or with the chain. So when we go over to Terra Luna or Terra Station, we can go into governance and we can submit a proposal and get that proposal voted on depending on how much Lunic. There's a minimum deposit of 1 million Lunic in order to start the voting process. So if we wanted something to happen, just like my proposal 5966 to get a buy button added to Terra Station, it's something that we all support and we have that governance. So governance is about voting, is about being about the community, a community coin, community led coin, and making all the decisions. We're making all the decisions, not them. Obviously, validators have a big say in what does happen, but a lot of times the validators put up to a vote within the validators. So if that validator holds billions of coins or hundreds of billions of coins, then we can look at that and have that vote within that 100 billion coins to see which way we go with that overall validator. Rather listen to you. I appreciate that. I do want to see what he's saying because I feel like maybe he'll talk about Terra Luna Classic and then we can have a discussion afterwards because I feel like it's only going to go for probably an hour. I'm surprised he's going this early, but I don't know what time zone he's on. So let's listen to it. I think it's something worthwhile, and we can have a full discussion about that later, and we'll definitely talk about CZ or CEX is doing a lot more. I won't be able to contribute to it, but he's probably only going to take 5 answers anyways.
$100 million in Elon's Twitter acquisition. So my question, or more like a suggestion, is: are we in any time soon seeing Binance integrated wallet to Twitter users to be able to send cryptocurrencies to follow users, something similar to WeChat?
I'm not sure, but um, we gotta give. I'm not involved in the runnings of Twitter. Like, it's not like we're the investor. We're not. I'm not the CEO. I'm not running it. I don't have a title there. So I think overall we gotta give Elon some time, right? So he's busy firing people that which uh, he's he's getting a grip on the situation. So I think my view is we should give him some time. As an investor, we support him. I'm not in a rush to give him a feature list or try to push Binance Pay, integrate with Twitter, stuff like that. I take a slightly more passive approach to this kind of things. So I think we should let Elon settle in, have a control of the situation, and then look at his roadmap. And if we should try to be supportive of what he wants to do, especially on the crypto side. I'm sure he wants to integrate crypto in some capacity. He's a big Doge fan, and he holds Bitcoin, etc. So I think we should. Yeah, I don't have any of those specific plans and trying to force on Twitter. But I take a more reactive approach and give the guy some time, let him settle in, and then let's see how we can help him.
Great. Thanks, Jesse, for the question. Okay, next up is Dylan.
Hey, Cizzy, how are you? Thanks so much for having me here. I have a quick question for you, Cizzy. How do you explain while Binance have the most users in the world, lots of traffic, you still fail to be the number one NFT platform in the world? How do you explain this?
I think, well, we do have, I think, based on the numbers I got in my head, I think we're like number two in the NFT world. But like, I think the number one, if I'm not mistaken, is still OpenSea, and they've been around for like
Yes.
3 or 4 years. So our NFT platform, our NFT project was started sometime this year, I think. So it wasn't a long-running platform. And so NFTs has a very special use case, actually. Because of the high value of NFTs, people care less about the transaction fees, $10, $20 transaction gas fees. They're okay with it. Whereas on the BNB chain ecosystem, it's a high capacity blockchain with very low fees, a couple cents, etc. It's mainly people who are transacting like $50, $100, high frequency transactions. That's not the best that's not the use case for NFTs. NFTs are 150K each, or at least it used to be, even millions of dollars. So the by BNB chain's low fees structure is not super attractive. It's not a big problem for NFT buyers. And overall, the NFT trading volume globally is quite small. So it's not like, and it has dropped quite a bit over the last few months as well. So a combination of those things. Binance, it's not like. It's also not like we pushed NFTs front and center in our app, etc. So it's, for us, that was a new project that a group of guys wanted to do, and we supported them. So it's a new project. Doesn't mean that every new project, just because they're associated with Binance or BNB chain for somehow they get into number one automatically. They still have to win the users, etc. So it takes time. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, Dylan, for the question. Okay, moving on to Yogesh.
Hey, Cece, it's great to speak to you again. So yesterday you said you'd like to bring Twitter into Web3 when it's ready. Like, what exactly did you mean by that? Like, do you have some sort of plans where you would want to convert Twitter completely into Web3, or maybe launch a Web3 clone of Twitter, like an official clone where you have to sign in with MetaMask and sign messages to tweet? Yeah, that's my question. And also, it's great to see the things Binance is doing to bring in mass adoption. Like, you guys are the best.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the question. And yeah, again, I'm not running Twitter, so I'm busy enough with Binance. So Elon's running
Being
Twitter.
asked about Twitter a lot.
So as I said before, we don't look. I'm not making a plan. I'm not like I'm not. Yeah. So we're an investor in Twitter. We're supporting Elon, and we would love to help them with Web3 strategies. But I don't have a plan. I'm not trying to come up with a plan. But there's many different ideas if people want to discuss. But I'm not that big into idea brainstorming. We can talk about different ideas all day long. We talk about crypto payments. If you want 300 million people around the world to pay $4, then integrating with traditional payment rails is going to be quite expensive. Paying that through crypto will be much easier. So that's one obvious one. Twitter's even in Jack Dorsey's days, there was a platform that launched every tweet can become an NFT. So there's many different models we can hypothesize, but I'm more of an execution guy. So when the time comes for execution, then we solidify those ideas. I don't try to come up with ideas
crazy to me.
in like kind of in that dream of
Let me see if
ideas
I could pause this real quick.
too much ahead of time.
It's crazy to me that he keeps getting asked about Twitter constantly and what new things are going to do because of how much hype and how much movement you see in Dogecoin. It's crazy. Sorry, TikTok, that you're not able to hear this, but CZ is talking about Binance. And if you guys are interested in cryptocurrency, you want to see what we're talking about, go over to YouTube.
First of all, thanks for crypto. And the second, thanks for you were in Saudi and Riyadh for the wonderful speech. We know very well, yeah, you are trying your best to be in Saudi, like in Bahrain. I have two questions, or you can say two demands to improve Binance and easy use for Saudis to use Binance in Saudi. The first problem we are facing P2P transaction. When we do P2P transaction, the other person sue you. The banks and the other government institute, they do not recognize crypto till now. So what I did, I opened the account in Bahrain and to make deposit and withdrawal easier. But now they are not allowing me. I tried my best to contact the customer support team to deposit and withdraw in Bahrain account. They are saying you are not Bahraini or you don't have a driving license of Bahrain, so we cannot allow it. So this is the first question. Like allow us to deposit and withdrawal in BHD. So we are all Saudi GCC from countries. We can easily open account in Bahrain or UAE. This is the first demand. And can you answer me on the first? Then I will go to the second.
Yeah, I think that's more of a regulatory compliance issue. I think I actually don't know the details, but I would imagine that the Bahrain license currently is in. I think we just launched a couple of weeks ago for fiat deposits. I think at this stage, it feels like I actually didn't know because I never used. I did not use the feature myself. And I would guess that the feature is only open to citizens of Bahrain or residents of Bahrain, where you have to have some kind of Bahrain ID. So if you have that's my guess. We can. I'm sure the team's looking at how to expand going forward. So we'll take that suggestion. And but yeah, I know as much as you do. Yeah.
Okay, for us to get Bahraini driving license, we can get a driving license Bahraini, but it is a very long process. To open account in
Invested
Bahrain,
$500
it is
million in the
very
company.
easy, directly online. So if you can, Saudis can deposit and withdraw in BHD, I will appreciate it, and it will make much easier for the all Saudi to deal with Binance.
Sure.
And they will not go to the other exchanges like
Mr. Wee, we can address your comment
I
a little
don't
bit
want
later,
to
but
name the
I don't
exchanges
necessarily agree.
which is in
But
GCC
it's great to
region.
disagree. It's great to
Okay,
have
and the second
discussions about this stuff.
demand, I usually, personally, I use the spot trading strategy in Binance. So the maximum grids, they allow me 150. I spoke them too much in customer supports. Like if I use bigger scale of BTC or any other crypto, allow me more grids as I use bigger scale of any crypto. It's by logic. They understand my logic, but on the same time, they are not changing. They are saying we cannot do it. It will improve the Binance. It will save the Binance customer to not go to the other exchanges, to other bots. And lastly, it will be win-win situation for both.
I think this
Sorry,
conversation is pointless.
by bigger scale, 150. What exactly?
For
do
at
you
least
mean?
me, it is.
Like the grids, it's allow from 2 to 150. Yes.
Okay.
So
Again.
let me
Okay.
let me explain you in a better way. The same words I send it to the customer support.
Okay. Got
If
it.
I
Okay.
if I set a range of say 7,000 of BTC, like you can say 23 to 17. It will buy at every 50 when I use 150 grids, each 50 fluctuation, for example.
He
Got it.
unlocked.
Okay, got it. So again, I will relay this request to our product team. I know which team that is. I've never used the grid feature myself. I don't really trade. I'm not a trader. So unfortunately, I'm actually not a heavy user of the Binance products. I just store my crypto with Binance and I just hold.
Gotcha,
So that's my
'cause
pattern,
it's
which is a bit
there's customer
unfortunate
service complaint right to the
that I'm not a
CEO.
heavy user of our own products. But
That's
I
funny.
will give that feedback to our team. But I do think that there are
It's
risk
pretty boring. Yes, you're right.
considerations where it sounds
Not
like
going to
if we
disagree.
leave the range too high, other users may complain. So it's a balance. But I'll give that request to our product team. To our trading product team, and then we'll see what we can do. But the limits there are for protection for other users, risk adjusted, or even people even make mistakes. So we'll have to see. Yeah.
Matt,
Cool.
please
Thanks,
stop
Omar, for the
the
feedback there.
live.
Okay,
It's
moving on.
pointless.
Jess.
We are here to listen to your thoughts. We'll
Good
definitely
morning.
talk about my thoughts.
Two
It's probably not
questions
going to
really
be.
quick. CZ, is Twitter your favorite social media platform, or is there
God damn
another
it.
social media platform you
Why do
prefer?
you keep talking about Twitter?
I definitely use Twitter a lot more than any other platform because I have the most followers on Twitter. Yeah, it's by far my favorite. I don't really use Instagram because I don't usually have a photo to post. So Instagram is mostly like, you got to have a photo. I usually just post text 90-something% of the time.
Kind of freaking
The
question is
other
that?
tools, I don't really like. I don't do videos, so
I
I
don't
can't.
like Instagram.
I don't have TikTok installed on my devices. And yeah, so Twitter is the town square, and I use it very heavily, as you guys can see, and that's also why we invested. Yeah.
And my second question is about crypto. So a recent report came out. Since 2020, about 12% of the contracts on BNB have been rugs and scams, and about 8% on Ethereum. What's
His name is
something that you
CZ,
think
not
that can
Musk.
be done to balance out, being an open blockchain versus people getting rug pulled and scam? What can be done in that area?
Yeah. So this is a good question. Actually, there were different numbers of measurements. There was a tweet or article yesterday saying that 97% of the projects on Uniswap have rugged. But I'm like reading that, I'm thinking to myself, that's not a problem for Uniswap per se. That's probably not more than 97% of the internet projects that failed so far. If we think about the internet, there's only 20, 50 companies that are owning 99% of the
I don't
traffic.
think he's going to talk about anything
So
we
all the
care
other
about. These
projects
questions are
either
probably
failed or
screened.
got acquired,
You're probably right, but
etc.
you
So
never know.
failure.
It doesn't seem like they're
There's
fully
different
screened
types of
because
failures. There's
that one guy went
failures where the
off
projects fail,
and
then there's the rug pulls. The rug
didn't seem
pulls
like it
are
was
bad.
screened.
The rug pulls are
So that's the
basically
only
just
reason that's keeping me here.
lying, deceit, and running away with users' funds, etc. But in a decentralized ecosystem, that's when you want freedom, then yeah, people are able to post their own projects, and then no one's forcing other people to buy them. But then the people who buy them, and then the project rugs. There's those inherent risks in a open, decentralized ecosystem, or even in centralized ecosystems. In any ecosystem, there's those type of risks. How to minimize that? There's many different things we can do. Nothing's 100%. I believe strongly the most important part is education. So we need to educate users so that users understand risk management on their own. They need to learn about how to manage risk, how to research projects, and only invest in projects that they actually understand and believe in, and they're supportive of the funders. There's also working with other security companies. There are different tools now managing blacklist of projects or high risk projects, and then we can work with different wallet. I know Trust Wallet is looking at a solution where they will maintain a blacklist of high risk projects, and when people want to transfer to some of those addresses, there will be a pop-up warning that comes up. But how much do we do we want the wallet to prevent that transaction or not? We probably don't want to, because some users may want to get involved in a high risk project. There's other things like we work with law enforcement around the world. After rug pulls happen, we analyze. We try to find who are the bad actors and try to chase them down. We have successfully done this on more than like 20 plus projects, so there's a multitude of things we could do to help, but none of those things are 100% guaranteed we will remove it. And BNB Chain being the most active blockchain in terms of daily active users or daily active addresses, does have also the larger number of those instances happen. And our teams, both on the Binance.com centralized part and also in the community, have been working on many different initiatives. I've been hearing about them, and we've been very supportive of those. So there's many things we could do to help, but I think fundamentally we need to educate people so that people understand what they're doing in a decentralized, open ecosystem.
Excellent. Thank you, Jess, for the question. Next up is Gabe.
Hey guys, first of all, I want to thank CZ and all the Binance community. We just had an amazing Binance meetup in Romania, aka Land of Dracula. My question is, do you think there will be a partnership with Twitter on the crypto side? Thanks.
True.
Thanks.
Sorry, CZ, the question there was about how Binance is going to partner with Twitter. I know it's mostly been addressed already.
Yeah, I think I answered that already. I'm going to repeat myself for the third time. Yeah.
Gabe, is there anything else you'd like to ask while you're still on stage?
That's all. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks a lot. All right, Radar.
Hey, mate. I just wanted to ask. I know that you recently just said that you're not really involved in what's happening with Twitter, but you do support what's going on. And we can see many discussions going on about Twitter's currency. Hypothetically speaking, if you did have the chance, would you choose BNB right now?
I'm trying to ask you the same question for the past 5 streams, but you probably didn't see it.
What are you talking about? They shouldn't just choose one currency. They should support multiple cryptocurrencies. There's a few hundred good cryptocurrencies around, and just accepting one is probably not the best choice.
Say your question, Darnell.
Perfect. Thanks, Radar, for the question. Okay, Jane.
Hi. Thanks for hosting this space, Binance. Hi, CZ. So I just want to say thank you for all you do and all the time and effort you put into improving the world. I know it's really easy for people to be lazy, so I appreciate you being such a good role model for the younger generations. So I have a question. It's a bit personal, but what would you say is one thing you do as part of your daily routine that helps you stay focused? Like some people say meditating, but I just want to hear something.
Is this an interview?
What would you do?
I actually don't meditate, but I'm rarely under stress. I have a very calm personality, for whatever reason. But I think for me, the most important thing is just knowing that we're doing something that have a huge positive impact in the
Why not choose Lunac as Twitter currency?
Let me say that differently. I think the thing that gets me going is I know
they were asking
I'm doing
questions that could get him destroyed by the SEC.
That I could do
me
already. So I'm doing the thing that has maximum impact that I can.
Good morning, Matt. Just trying to get.
I'm also very fortunate in a position
some algo
that
Coinbase.
with the team,
What's the
with
fee?
Binance, with the platform, with the ecosystem,
they take when staking with them.
Yourselves, that we have a
there's no
impact.
fee from what
so
I
just
understand.
knowing that this is the most meaningful thing.
And
I
it's
could
a
be
flexible
doing in my
stake.
Life. So knowing that I wake up, I do this. I don't kind of view it as work. This is just what I'm supposed to do in life. So other than that, once that mindset is in, all the pressure goes away. So when I'm tired, when I'm physically tired, I go take a nap, I chill out. So it's pretty simple. I do stretch a bit every morning.
AMA is rigged.
Because if I don't stretch, my back is kind of stiff. I had a back issue before.
This can be the shortest answer ever. I stretch.
but mostly good.
Thanks.
Other than that, I do a little bit of sports, exercise, simple exercises every day. I have a lot of calls every day. But for me, what gets me going is I know this is the most meaningful thing that I could be doing. There's nothing else with more impact.
Great. Okay, next up is Joseph.
Be the shortest question in the
Hello,
world.
CZ, everyone. Thank you for your valuable time. So I just have two questions. The first is I have noticed that the Binance card is rolling out in Europe and Ukraine mostly. I'm looking forward to knowing the timeline for Asian countries, particularly the Philippines.
If not, why?
And well, my second question is, I know that you mentioned earlier that you don't really use many of the products of Binance, but if you were to recommend 3 of the cryptocurrency coins on your platform for total newbies that would be safe for investment and DCA status over the next 5 to 10 years, what would those 3 coins be?
First of all, the second part, I can't make recommendations. I don't do. I will get into a lot of trouble if I did that. So I can't recommend that. So do your own research, figure that out for your own. I would recommend staying at for newbies. I would recommend staying in the.
I just threw my phone on the last one. I'm glad it still works.
By market cap, but even the top 5 have a lot of risks. So be careful. Start with very tiny amounts and learn about the risk management. Learn about security processes.
Pull jacks or frosted flakes.
So that's what I would say. On the card rollout, the team is working very hard, and I think we got quite a number of jurisdictions lined up, quite a number of countries or geographies lined up. I'm not sure about specifically about Philippines. I'll check on that later. But we don't try to forecast. We don't try to pre-announce before things like what's going to happen later. We try not to do that.
No, there's no catch on algo. It's just launches, the price movement. It's not as stable as a lot of other places or a lot of other coins. But yeah, you can throw 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 and gain the 5.45 APY.
But our team, I think the card is available in Europe, Bahrain, Argentina. A bunch of other places are coming up online. So I think the team does have a pretty solid pipeline. And the card program is one of the most demanded products in Binance. It allows you to stay in crypto completely, pretty much. Because when you swipe the Binance credit card, it's either with Visa or MasterCard, the merchants continue to get mostly what they want to get, which is fiat. But from a user perspective, your crypto gets deducted in real time. And there's no conversion fee. We don't charge any fees at all. On top of that, we actually have a rebate. So so that's one of the most demanded products. But the rolling out of it requires us to have local banking partner support. It's actually the card is actually issued by the banks. But we're working on a number of them. There's a number of banks that's in the pipeline. I think the progress there will pick up.
Cool. Thanks, Joseph, for the questions. Okay, we've got 2 people left on stage and just about 2 minutes left. So let's see if we can squeeze this in. Next up is Rise Up.
Okay, so it shouldn't be that much longer. It's only a 30-minute AMA.
Regarding drugs and scams, I do have one question. Is it possible to remove the honeypots before they are listed on PancakeSwap?
I'm sorry. Is it possible to remove what?
Honeypot contracts, because usually when I see a honeypot contract, it's a verified contract on the Binance Smart Chains. So there is an easy solution of removing them before they open trade.
That's tough to manage.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm actually not an expert there either. So let me check with them. I actually don't know the answer.
Well, I would gladly help you with that.
Sure.
Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Rise Up. We can connect with you separately on that afterwards. And then finally, just last minute, Barrett, please go ahead.
Barrett?
He's not going to have a question.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, I think CZ, then we can end it there. We're just about to hit half an hour anyway. Is there any... Oh, hang on, he's unmuted.
Guess speaker still doesn't work. All right. I guess we'll finish this one on time here. I actually do have another meeting to run to. Yeah, apologize that this time there's a lot of detailed technical questions which I actually didn't have a lot of answers to, but hopefully next time.
Most of them were around Twitter. It didn't, and I understand, like, if he's investing in Twitter, it's great to see that somebody's investing in Twitter and the reasons behind investing in Twitter. But I mean, I guess these questions are sort of screened, and even if they are related to Twitter, they're I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe they go through a certain person in order to do so, but I don't know how they're physically screened unless they write out their question beforehand. But it seemed like some of them were kind of like at least one of them got a little bit angry and about the question not being answered, and it seemed like more of like someone else said a customer support question rather than a question for the CEO and the future of Binance or whatever he wanted to talk about. Ask easy if he will do if he will buy Activision and fix Modern Warfare 2. I haven't even the crazy thing is I haven't even played Modern Warfare 2, but that's me. The questions were ridiculous. Yes, I know. Question stating, hey, what do you do in the morning? Like, what's your morning routine? Who cares about his morning routine? He's not a person that does that on YouTube or TikTok or something. You know how you see those morning routines where they're like, I get up every morning with full makeup and I brush my teeth and all of this other stuff. I take a shower when you really don't take a shower. I saw something that was hilarious on there, and they were like, they were going through if that was real, and they were showing how it looked like they were taking a shower by just showing the shampoo in the shower, but really they already took a shower beforehand. Anyways, this is a whole nother conversation, but that's basically what he's doing. What detailed questions were there? No detailed questions at all. He said there were detailed questions that he couldn't answer. It seemed like the only detailed questions were something around Twitter that he physically can't answer. If there is some sort of partnership, he's not going to mention anything, which there's not going to be any type of partnership or connection. He's just investing into a position that he thinks is going to run, right? That's just how things work. I was hoping to hear something about Terra Luna Classic, but I guess that's kind of like off his radar, which it should be there because of the burns that have happened. How satisfied is he about the burns? Just something, anything. Right? I know he doesn't really want to hear about Terra Luna Classic because the community gets kind of attached to what he's saying. So if he says any single thing, he knows he can mess up the whole entire thing. The last time he said something about Terra Luna Classic, everyone was just like, we're boycotting Binance. We're not taking this. So he's avoiding speaking about it because if he does say something and it ends up being the wrong thing to say, then people end up getting off of Binance. So probably are screened, and he probably will never openly talk about Terra Luna Classic unless it's something that's completely screened, completely scripted, because we know that Terra Luna Classic will be affected. So I don't know. We can never tell if they are screened. We can never tell if he wants to hear about Terra Luna Classic or not, but I think that's the case. CZ, the lifestyle vlogger, could be something. It could be. He's the kind of person that wakes up all night and sleeps during the day. Like, come on. Probably. So stupid, those questions. Why not ask him what is his favorite sneakers? Yeah, that should have been the question, definitely. How many ladies of the night has CZ bought in his life? I don't know what that means, but I'll just I'll sit on that one and won't respond to that one. Thank you, people on TikTok. If you are on there, hit that like button or double tap the screen and get me some likes on here. I appreciate the people that are on here. We got 3 people on TikTok right now, which is, good stuff. I'll take any viewers on TikTok because I don't really, create a ton of videos on TikTok, and I want to do way more How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Um, the only thing I can really complain about is the fact that we're not burning enough with Terra Luna Classic. And I just love seeing cryptocurrency not only go my way, when it comes to, gaining profits, but also seeing the community benefit in a big way. And maybe the community doesn't understand exactly, he's a vampire. Maybe the community doesn't exactly understand everything that should happen with Terra Luna Classic and the burn tax and this fee tax and all of that stuff. But we need to get an understanding of it. We really do, because we could benefit so much from CEX's doing this burn tax or implementing something, even though it's not going to completely burn everything off in a matter of a year, but it will do damage in the matter of a year. Like if we saw, even with the $200 million in volume. So I broke this down for staking rewards. Someone talked about staking rewards. But even if we saw, was it $200 million? Hopefully that's it. So $200 million, and all of it was flying through the 0.2%. So equals this multiplied by the 0.2%. We get $400,000 there off of $200 million, right? So that's not horrible, but right now where we stand, we're burning off way less than what we were burning off before. So if we're looking at 0.2% of that, $400,000, which could equal at the current price point, that divided by 0.000, is it 3 zeros or 4 zeros? I can't remember. 2, 3. I think it's 3 zeros. 3 zeros. So 1.7 billion that we can burn off per day. So instead of burning off 1.25 billion per week, we can burn off 1.7 billion per day. Multiply that by 365, which we could pretty much do simple math by the first number, but we could basically say, let's multiply by 365. We're looking at 634 billion that we can burn off per year. That is a plan. That's something that could be a standalone thing, and it's not going to burn off everything. It's going to burn off 634 billion per year versus what CZ and what Binance will burn, 60 billion. They're burning off 1.25 billion every week, 52 weeks. Or let's go with 12 months, and that should be, sort of simple math, getting us up to that, 60 billion coins. Now, 60 billion coins is, it's not enough. I would have to tell you, like, it's not enough. We understand that a difference between 6 or 7 trillion coins and then taking off 50 billion is basically nothing. And it may seem like something to you, and it's great that somebody's doing something, but we need to apply more pressure so that we can see all exchanges do something like this. Again, that's what we could have with just a $200 billion market cap. That's where the low is. Imagine if we can find a way to see that bull run and get back up to the levels where we were, where all volume is skyrocketing. And especially if you're going to see a burn throughout everything, we're looking at 17 billion that we can burn off per day. And within that year, you can burn off 6.3 trillion. So the difference maker between burning off 0.2% of everything and just 0.2% of on-chain volume. Right now, we're only seeing, let's say, what is it, 400? It's like let's go back here. So it's like, that's 40 million. Let's take that off of there. And that's still 4 million. Let's take off another zero. So we're seeing $400,000 in decentralized exchange volume. That's $800 that flows through there, or 3.4 million that flows through on-chain burns. Probably a little bit more than that with CEXs that are contributing there, but that's what it shows here. If we go over to Terra Luna Classic, we're seeing 408 or $416,000, not 400 million, $416,000. That's just DEX volume. So that's definitely a huge problem if we're looking at the overall movement, because we're going to see in a year we'll burn off 1.2 billion coins. Obviously, we're going to see more volume that flows through CEXs on chain, but your tips are great. But sadly, I can't relate to your investing right now. Whoops, my grammar left the chat right there. My grammar is horrible, so we're right there. We're right there. So I think if we can find a way to implement, right? Let's control Z. If we can find a way to implement this 0.2% tax across the board, I think that's where we go. Not this fee burn that they're doing. We need a petition. So again, that's what I want to spend my time doing, is creating some sort of a petition or something to where we have all of the exchanges and saying, these are the list of exchanges. Let's get them to commit to the 0.2% tax. Then when they commit to the 0.2% tax, now we can end up burning off a lot more. And we can have the top 20 exchanges commit to the 0.2% tax, which would be 90%, 96% of the volume. So that's what we need to do. We need to get a list of all the exchanges and get them to confirm, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's in private messages. I don't care how it gets done. Let's find a way to get them to confirm. And then we agree on a date. They all agree to do it. We have it completely launched for every single exchange. And that's how we get it done. If we don't apply pressure that way, we'll never have this burn. The crazy thing is other coins have done this. Other coins have implemented a burn tax on their coin, or token, and the difference between the two is that Terra Luna Classic is already a $1.6 billion coin or something, and these other coins are like probably less than $10 million worth of a market cap. It's like stealing candy from a baby. Be good. I don't know what that means. Hey Matt, how are you? How do you manage to get up so early? I think my body is used to it. I love getting up early because I get up before everybody else. I've always been a person of that mindset. Are you asking me these like CZ questions here? What's my morning routine? No, but I always live by that mindset. Like if you get up earlier than everybody else, you have a chance to do more than everybody, right? When I was playing football and I would play, other sports, I would get up and work out and do everything before everybody's awake. And that means I can get everything done and then do that much more. When I was working a 9 to 5, I would get up at 5:30, go and work out, go to work, come back, record videos. I would try and do as much as I can while everybody else is working out after work. I'm working out before work. I'm really excited for the day, get myself maybe an energy drink or something, and I can go through the day and, work afterwards and then, still go to sleep late, which is crazy. I go to sleep at like 12 o'clock and wake up at like 5:30, maybe 5. But my body automatically wakes up. Like this morning, I woke up before my alarm, 30 minutes before my alarm, because my body's used to waking up. So Lunatics token on chain soon. Yes, Lunatics token is going to be on chain soon. And I did create a video about that yesterday. I have to go, Matt, but remember, I will support your petition. You'll find me on Twitter. All right, sounds good. Thank you for being here, Peter, or Pete. I appreciate it a lot. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you have any opinions on the, 0.2% burn tax, 1.2% burn tax, please let me know. And I'm not here to argue with you guys. I'm here to have a conversation. I will try and show you where I land when it comes to the burn taxes versus the fee tax. And I don't want to sit here and call people out. But these conversations is what makes the needle move a lot more. So if you have Classy Crypto or Clay Bro, and I mention you, it's not because like I'm not mentioning you to create some sort of controversy or debate in a large way and create an argument, right? It is a debate, but creating an argument. There's some people, Claybro believes that this 1.25 billion is massive. I don't believe that is massive. For an exchange to burn 1.25 billion is on the low end, to tell you the truth. They've burned 5 billion. They've showed what they can do. Got to go now. Bye. Okay, well, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. If they can burn 1.25 billion and they can burn 5 billion, we know that what their capacity is. We know where they stand. Matt, please wish Erica a happy belated birthday, but more importantly, it's tidy whities or boxer briefs. The community needs answers. See, there's 3 options there. There's tidy whities, boxer briefs, or just like boxers, right? Don't you have like the briefs are like the tighter version of boxers, but then boxers are like the loose fitting version of them, to where it's like you're wearing active shorts. Those are weird. So let's just say boxer briefs. I'm definitely not going tidy whities. Those things are horrible for at least me. I mean, some people may like them, but not me. Not at all. I'll answer the question. Wait, you said CRO burned 200 million? Did they? I'll have to check that out. But yeah, like I said, with Claybro thinking that, and no offense, Claybro, if you're seeing this, if you do end up seeing this, you can let him know that 1 hour and 6 minutes, 1 hour, 6 minutes and 24 seconds in, that's where I start talking about other people. But Claybro, you mentioned that these burns are getting massive, and I don't think that's the case. These burns are decreasing, and for them to burn however many thousands of dollars is definitely on the low end of what they can do. They might as well do nothing, to tell you the truth. You can say that this is going to change everything, but it's not going to change everything. We understand that bits and pieces need to happen, but when it comes to a transaction burn, that should be the biggest amount that goes through. The largest amount should be the transaction burn, while you're looking at everything else that should function and do it over a week and burn, billion over a week, or 2 billion over a week, or 10 billion over the month. But when it comes to a transaction burn, that should be the largest burn that we have, no matter what the percentage is. It could be 0.2%, 0.4%, 0.6%, 1.2%. That should be the highest amount that we burn, because there's more transactions that are happening across the board versus in a certain utility. Also, you're giving Clay free marketing on your channel. That's okay. I like Clay, bro. He considers us friends. I consider us friends as well. Even though we never met each other, I still consider us friends. Same thing with Classy. Like, I know he's talked about me in the past, like starting his channel, or at least the first time I saw it. And then now he's mentioned me, or at least commented on 2 of my tweets. And I know he's always on Twitter. But he disagrees with where I stand, and that we shouldn't really be pressuring Binance. We should be looking at the fee burn. So I'm okay with free publicity, giving them free publicity. That's fine with me. I'm a Tommy John guy myself. See, I like Tommy John. They're just kind of expensive, so I try and find the cheaper option of something similar. So I actually use the Target brand, which actually are really, really good. So surprisingly, they're not super expensive, but you get like 5 in a pack or something. I know we're way off topic here, but yeah. So yeah, I would say it's true, bro. We went from 7 billion to 1.2 billion, and people still thanking Binance, and now it goes a week to a month. The 1.2 billion in a week means 100 years to burn just 1 trillion. Exactly. That's what I don't. Expensive. They are expensive. I went into the store and I felt out of place because nobody was in there. I went into a Tommy John store in King of Prussia, and I felt out of place. Like, they were just questioning me, like, "Hey, do you want to try on these underwear?" I was, all right, you know what? I'm getting out of here. So, I definitely like what they have there. They're just super expensive, and the store is kind of creepy. Maybe it's just the people, but it's kind of like dark and like I guess they want a certain image. I don't know, but it it was weird. So I just walked out. I went in there and, they were like, "Can I help you?" And there was probably one sentence back and forth, a question and an answer, and then I left because it was creepy. No offense to anybody that works in King of Prussia, Tommy John. If you do, I'm sorry. But that was maybe, I don't know, a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And to tell you the truth, I haven't worn Tommy John since. So freaking, it was kind of creepy. Anyways, but I think you're right about the 1.2 billion and 7 billion. It's crazy to me, and I keep saying this, that people are singing their praises and saying, "Oh, well, what if Binance does nothing, order online?" No, that's not happening. They're saying, what if Binance does nothing? If they do nothing, it would be the same situation as right now, because even though they're burning something, it's not enough as a transaction based burn to do something. Now, it's great that they are doing something over everything else because it definitely is something, but is it going to make a big deal out of everything, right? This is burning more than the 0.2% because we lowered it hoping exchanges would get on board and we would see $200 million worth of volume flow with the 0.2%, but that's not the case. So again, we as a community need to show that we are willing to support. We want to support this 0.2% or increase it to 1.2% again, and just try and get all the exchanges back on board. Because the point is, people change this for two reasons. They change this from 1.2% to 0.2% for two reasons. One reason for changing it from 1.2% to, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm trying to read questions. I hate when I do this. I swear. Just so many questions come up. I need to look to the side and then not do that because I literally lost my train of thought. We changed it from 1.2% to 0.2% was because of D-apps and trying to get exchanges on. There we go. So if the D-apps are going through multiple transactions and they're complaining about that, saying that they would never be able to have this utility on chain. It's not about that they would never have this utility on chain. They would. The thing about it, though, they would not have the utility or their normal utility on chain right from the start. Because the point of Terra Luna Classic is to get it back to normal. Once we get it back to normal, it can function as normal. But right now, it's not normal. So let's get it back to normal with the 1.2% or 1% or whatever you want to do. And then we can worry about getting that utility, that same utility back on chain at that time when we take away the burn tax, right? But then we also have, exchanges where we lowered it because we wanted exchanges to get on board with this. The problem with that is the fact that we did it at a 0.1% or a 0.2%. Binance is offering 0.1% or free. So if it's free, we can't beat that. So why even try to beat that? How about we just live with the tax that we have, and then we can find a way to get all these exchanges on that tax. And if they're not on that tax, we can figure out something to get them on that tax, right? We pressured Binance into changing their opinions on it like 752 times. Well, not really changing their opinions, but changing, I guess, maybe a little bit of their outlook to where Binance was going to do the 1.2%, but then knowing that, knowing that would have happened, we would have seen 25% of Lunic volume or 25% of Lunic holders opt in. So then that would have been a lot of their own supply burning off, and that would have been a hit to their bottom line. So they go ahead and introduce this 0.1%. At that same time, they're launching Terra Luna Classic on Binance Convert to where it's free. So even though they have the 0.1%, most people are going through this free portion of it and not being taxed or not having that fee or getting it burned, right? So it's not hurting their bottom line by taking the Terra Luna Classic away from them. But it is taking a very small amount away from them. 1 billion taken away from 2.3 trillion is nothing. And that's why they continue to push this overall feature of being cheaper. So all CEXs are taxed per our wishes. We do need that. And so we move our money to Binance as they are doing something. Once others do the same or better, our proposal, then the problem is that not moving your money to Binance. Binance states that they're doing this, but they hide behind the scenes and they're hiding behind this free version. Majority of volume is flowing through this ability to not pay the fee. And if you're not paying a fee, you're not having the tax go through. People choose greed over anything. So if we can avoid the fee that they have, we will. The thing that we need to do is have a tax associated with it so that even though Binance has this fee or has this certain system to where you won't have the fee associated with it, it's still a benefit if they do that, but we also get taxed at 0.2% per every transaction that goes through. And it's not about Binance doing something, because no matter how much we trade on there, the volume will decrease. If we add more people onto Binance, which sounds ridiculous, the volume will decrease. The amount of volume that flows through the actual burn tax, or the amount of coins that gets burned, will decrease, because people are going to choose greed over anything. They choose a free version over paying the 0.1%. And if you think that people aren't choosing that version, aren't looking to get a leg up, you're wrong. Everybody will choose greed, whether you like it or not. I tried not to choose greed, but sometimes I find myself choosing greed by accident, which is crazy. It's just a normal thing. You want to spend the least amount of money to buy a position, and you want to gain the most amount of money out of that position. It just happens. Even though I feel like I'm the least greedy person, I still end up accidentally choosing greed. Has anyone asked CZ to implement a 0.2%? He is burning trading fees at 0.1%, but he didn't want to implement the 1.2% because it was too high. He didn't want to implement the 1.2% because it takes away from his bottom line. No one's asked him. I mean, people have asked him, hey, are you going to implement the 0.2%? I don't think he's answered it. And the reason why he's not answering it is because he saw what happened the last time. So he's hiding behind this 0.1% fee. And I think we need to bring this to light. And that's what I'm here for. I'm going to bring this to light, whether people like it or not. Other people can say, you're just complaining, you're bitching and moaning and all of this other stuff. I don't want Terra Luna Classic to turn into Shiba Inu, to where you have this person that's controlling everything, but they're not actually doing anything. And then we come out, a year later or 2 years later, and then people are like, you know what, Matt, you were right. I don't want that. I don't want to be right in the end. I want to be right now. Because if I'm right now, and we can find a way to burn off these coins and get us to a level to where we're consistently burning, because I'm not looking for an overnight success thing. If we burn $200 million, right? So if we're looking at $200 million and we apply the burn tax of 0.2%, that's $400,000 per day, 1.7 billion per day, 634 billion per year. That's not overnight. That's happening over a year, multiple years for that to take place. And it's going to take 10 years for that to play out. That's at 200 million. But if we see more volume, it happens a lot quicker, but it still takes multiple years to play out. It's not about overnight success. It's about getting to the place we want to get to in a reasonable amount of time. We don't want to take 100 years for this to happen, but CZ wants to be able to reap all of the benefits, reap the rewards of holding Terra Luna Classic. And while he sees everybody else that's trying to burn off, he doesn't want to be a part of that, and he's still going to hold 2.3 trillion, because most of the burn taxes are happening on chain. How are we going to get away from that? If we're seeing all the burn taxes happening on chain, it's just like the volume on the exchanges. CZ doesn't want to implement it because it'll take away from his bottom line. CoinIn doesn't want to do the same. Let's get everybody on board to implement it on the same day, and we will take CZ's comments of, if everybody decides to do this, then it will work, as the truth, because he said that. So how about we get everybody on the 0.2%? We get them to comment, and if they do not comment, we start trending certain things. You know, I don't know if we want to boycott KuCoin. I really don't care. But what we need to do is get them to understand that we need to sign off on this. KuCoin needs to sign off on this. Then we'll be happy the fact that they committed to it. Then Gate.io, where the fact that they committed to it. Binance, the fact that they committed to it. See the top 20, top 30 exchanges commit to this. And when they all commit to it, now we can implement the burn on this date. And if they don't do it, if one exchange doesn't do it, you know, none of the exchanges do it. So we need to find a way to get them all to commit to it. And then we can see those burns, because if everybody's doing it, nobody has a leg up. Everybody's doing the same thing, and we are better off for it. We can see Lunic burn off the coins. That's what we need to see. I don't care that it's a 0.2%. Yes, I think it's a lower fee than what we should see, but at least we can get them on board with a 0.2% versus a 1% there. Even though it's on the investors to make that tax payment, it's not on the exchange. So we're gonna see. I don't want Binance having most of the holders. If that happens, there will not be much of an on-chain transaction, and it will drastically reduce the burns. I agree, but I think you said this was a trick play by CZ. I agree. I think he did it well, to where he took where your focus is, and he's smart. He does this for a living. He knows how to run a business. I understand it. I commend it. But the point is that I'm here to open you guys' eyes. The fact that CZ was going to implement a 1.2% tax on 25% of the holders, but decided not to go with it and gave no comments as to why he wouldn't do it. But we understand why. He's burning off his supply. And if he's burning off his supply, others are gaining value. KuCoin is growing. Gate.io is growing. You know, even Coinin and MEXC, they're growing. So if they're not doing anything and Binance is, it's not benefiting Binance, even though they would gain more in the price movement for Terra Luna Classic because of that burn. They wouldn't gain as much as what KuCoin is doing, because KuCoin, now that Lunic is more valuable, people are still holding on that platform. And now you see the price rising. So the value that they're holding is rising, while the value of Binance is decreasing. Even though eventually, like, you're seeing the overall price increase, but you're seeing the price or the balance increase, but a lower increase than what you're seeing in KuCoin, because KuCoin's not doing any burns. Matt, you missed a super chat. What about Kavaya? You can get 73% APY with staking right now. I don't know what that is, but that's great. Typically, when you see a high percentage that you're staking with, a lot of times there's a lot of dilution associated with it, and that's why they pay out that high percentage APY. You get more coins, but the price overall decreases by 50%, maybe per week or per month. And that may not be a good situation. If you're getting 73% of your position, let's say you have 1 million, or let's say you have 100, you're getting 73 extra. But let's say it was worth $1 and now it's worth 50 cents. You're looking at, you may have like increased your value a little bit. So you're looking at $50, because, you know, obviously decreased by 50%. But then you're also gaining 73 coins out of it. So that 73 coins, you may end up looking at close to another 50, but actually being a little bit less. So you're holding 100 coins here, it's worth 50 cents, but then you have 73 coins here. It's worth $50 because they're 50 cents each, because it decreased, but then you have 73 coins here, that's worth less than $50, right? Because you have less than 100 coins. So while you had $100 here, you now have, let's say, $80 or $90. So it has decreased in value, but you're also seeing the APY. Now, I haven't looked at it, but typically that's what you see. I know you saw that with VVS Finance multiple times. So I haven't looked at it though. CZ live in 8 hours according to my Binance app. There is a delay. He will come back to you. Google it or use CMC. Yeah, there's a delay, but I sometimes just miss things, even though it's like right in my face. A lot of times with a $2 super chat, it shows up in the chat, and most cases I'm trying to play catch up. So if it plays catch up, it automatically skips to the bottom. So then it'll skip the super chat that's in the chat. But anything that's like $4.99 or above will show up at the top of the chat. Up in like a heading to where I can click on it and see what you're saying, any time of the stream, which is a good thing. It's just how YouTube works. It's not like my choice to do that. I would put all super chats up there, but yeah. Matt, we need burning Lunic by making utilities. Burning tokens in a CEX isn't the only way to decrease circulation. Absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I agree that we do need burning through utility. But understand that utility through transaction, that's considered utility as well. If you're utilizing it in the form of day trading, in the form of swing trading, that's also a utility of the coin because you're creating transactions based on that. But I know exactly what you mean. Buying things, making sure you have different investments that you're buying with Terra Luna Classic, 100% true. And I think that will come with it. But a transaction burns off a lot faster. And then we can also have that supplemented with these burns through utility. And the crazy thing is, if you do have a lot of that utility that's happening organically, so say if people are buying NFTs with Lunic, or they're buying, or they're getting paid out in a form of a play to earn game, or you have a metaverse that you pay with Lunic or something like that, the transactions automatically get burned, so you don't have to implement anything. So I 100% agree with you that you do need utilities, but understand that utility, and a lot of the utility that we're trying to bring back was based on how Terra Luna Classic was set up prior, with a lower supply, the algorithm in place, pinned to a stable coin, all of that. But we don't have that right now. So we shouldn't be focusing on utility that we once had. We should be focusing on new utility that we can bring in. And then once we get back to normal, we can bring that other utility back. So I agree with you. I agree with you. Thanks, Matt, for the answer. Do you think the markets are going to pump and dump before the Fed meeting? So it depends. The market acts differently with pump and, or not pump and dumps. The market acts differently every single time. It could be negative news and people react positively, and then you see the negative impact of it after the fact. So we'll have to see. I don't even know if when the Fed meeting is. Maybe today, but I don't know. I haven't even checked it. I've been focused on some other topics. Off topic, I think 25% staking rewards is a good number to propose to burn. I think that's good as well. But I think we need to have more conversations about it and, bring it to the masses. But I will put something maybe on Twitter in the form of a video, see how many people support it. In the form of text as well, show people where my math is coming from. And then we can have a little piece, because burning through staking rewards is also a good thing. But if we were burning through regular transactions or all transactions that happen, whether it's staking or anything, that would be good as well. Once we stake, we can have a 0.2% that comes out. Once we end up getting rewards, we can have 25% of our staking rewards get burned off. That would be amazing. It would also take away from those validators that are only getting people to stake with them because they're burning off coins. We have everybody burning off coins. Right? Some people avoid those validators because of that fact. But I think we need to take greed out of the situation, greed out of the equation. If we can get Lunic as a form of payment on Twitter, that would be great. It would be great. But what would you be buying on Twitter? That's what I'm saying. I know that my Lunic is valuable, and I can tell you that I'm going to choose greed over anything else when it comes to that situation. Would I use it as a form of payment? No, because I can use dollars. I can use any other way to pay if I have to pay, but I don't have to use Terra Luna Classic. I'll be honest with you. I don't have to use Terra Luna Classic because I know that Terra Luna Classic and what I'm holding will be more valuable. So why would I give up an appreciating asset for something that's depreciating? That's how that works. So, yeah. The way the devs are acting greedy, much like Shiba Inu, the devs are thinking about getting out of the Luna position. So I actually haven't looked into, I hear about this $4 billion wallet all the time, but I actually haven't looked into it or even gave my opinion on anything. I've heard about it. I saw that DJ Trev posted a video about it. I don't know if you were live, but you posted a video about it, and I could not watch all of it. I watched probably, I don't know, 10 minutes of it because I really didn't have, like, typically if I'm in the car by myself and I'm driving a little bit, I can listen to it. But I had no time to myself to be able to watch that. I'm usually like playing with the kids or something. Last night I was sitting in the bed just listening to it, and it was actually pretty interesting. It was just, that was a time where I was going to sleep, so I needed to go to sleep. It was probably like 11:30, maybe 11:40, to where I started listening to it. And not saying I fell asleep listening to it. I was already tired. I wanted to listen to it, but haven't had the chance. So if I get a chance to listen to it, I will. But I've heard people talk about this did I say billion? $4 million wallet. I'm sorry if I said billion, but $4 million wallet and stuff. Why don't we propose to burn the $4 million? I don't know if that will it will make a difference. Obviously, we will see a lot that's burned off, but it won't really. I think people do need to get paid for what they are doing, but does it need to be a consistent payment? No. So my opinion of people getting paid for what they're doing there, I don't know. If you're putting forth a lot of effort and it's taking you hours and hours to do it, you should be getting paid. Should you be getting paid, hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything like that? Probably not. Should you be getting paid maybe for creating code that benefits the community? Should you be getting paid maybe $10,000 or something out of that? Yeah, that's a thing that should happen. You need to listen to the AMA class he had with Alex in Vegas. It cleared up a lot of things that showed how the community has been lied to by Alex. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. For Alex, I wasn't a fan of even really focusing on, repegging USTC right now. I'm not a fan of that. I've never been a fan of it, no matter how much you believe it will help with burns or anything like that. So I can't say that I've been a huge fan of him, but I haven't talked down on anybody. But maybe I have to. Elon tweeted 7 hours ago about Doge. Should I buy it? I wouldn't buy it. Like, I understand how things are moving, and if you missed sort of the boat, I don't think it's over yet, because this can definitely hold a value of 25 cents easily, 40 cents easily. We know it can get back there, but the issue with Dogecoin is that it's moving too much. Dogecoin is up 18%. It's up to 14 cents. It is starting to pull back a little bit from that 16 cent mark down to a level here to where it is pulling back to some of these levels maybe of support. Hello, I'm from China. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. It's always great to see other people watching from different places, different countries. It's crazy to me to think that I could go somewhere and someone may recognize me and be like, hey, I saw you on YouTube or TikTok or Twitch or something. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Payment per successful milestone. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. If you had $4 million, would you burn it? If I had $4 million, if you're talking to me or you're talking to other person, If I had $4 million, no, I wouldn't burn it. If it was $4 million that I earned, no. $4 million that was part of just someone being paid out. I don't think these devs deserve $4 million. I think they deserve to be paid something because your time doesn't go unnoticed and you should have appreciation associated with it. But $4 million, I wouldn't say that's it. Ringing endorsements from Mr. Matthew Perry. He's fallen asleep to DJ Trev's videos. What a guy. That's not what I meant. I said, I meant that. That I'm not falling asleep to it. I just it's very, very interesting, but I try and get bits and pieces in when I can. So yeah, I try. I could choose not to listen to it at all, but I feel like you have a very good point most cases. Thanks, man. I think based of a time, we have a long way to decrease circulation, but providing utility in the market in comparison to other tokens, that's founded on its utility and known by it. True. I think when we look at something, especially in the crypto world, right? Cryptocurrency, everything flows off of volume and popularity. It's not really about utility. Look at Dogecoin. It does not have any utility right now. It has the thought or rumor of utility. And look what it's doing. Dogecoin has run another 30%, well, 30% in volume today, 16% increase over the day. But then you look at how much volume has happened within the last 4 days has been crazy. Billions of dollars that are flowing through it. So it flows through popularity, and it's not only about the utility, which sometimes the utility can create a little bit of popularity, but you look at a lot of cryptocurrency and it's mainly on the fact that people are investing into it. That's why others are investing into it. So popularity comes first, utility comes second. That's why I always talk about how utility is a long-term mindset. If you are in it for the long term, you should have a certain amount that's held in that position just for utility. I'm not falling asleep to it. It's just hard to stay awake. Is that my quote? Is that what I said? If 4 million burn would have a substantial impact to burn it, but it won't. So invested in the development. Yes, exactly. 4 million will not have a substantial impact. It will not affect anybody else in buying Terra Luna Classic or burning Terra Luna Classic. All of that. For the Migos, he was murdered last night. So I'm just hearing about this now. I would have to go and look at that, look into it, but definitely rip. So what type of song genre do you listen to? Everything basically. I could tell you I haven't listened to a song, an actual song that's not from a Disney movie in a very long time. Typically when I'm working out, I listen to old school stuff that's like just hype music or even slow music actually. It gets me to lift better in the gym, slow and steady. That's sometimes the way that I like to focus, slow and steady on like curls and all that stuff. And listening to slow music keeps me moving slow rather than just getting hype and, doing curls and squats and all this stuff with aggression. If I'm maxing out, I'll probably listen to like some dubstep or something, but just to, keep things hype and moving. But most of the time, I'm really listening to Disney music in the car because that's all the kids want to hear is Sing 2, Sing 1, Encanto, whatever. Takeoff has been killed, not Quavo. Oh, okay. I have to look into it. I don't know. Quavo was shot also, but he wasn't killed, or I don't know. I don't know at this point. 4 million is for the community. Alex didn't state that 4 million was for the community until confronted by Vegas on the AMA. Is Lunik even worth staying with the 3.5 million? Staying with the 3.5 million. What are you talking about? I've seen like the devs are going to destroy the whole ecosystem with greed and unorganization. So I don't know. I mean, it's on us, right? It's on us to get things, voted on and done. If they do all this stuff, it depends on if we decide if it's a good idea or not. So we have to stay informed. We have to stay educated and don't give up on that, right? So again, I think that we should be focusing on. Do I speak Chinese? No, I don't. We shouldn't be giving up on this position. We should be believing in a position like this, and I think we should be focusing on the places that matter. Terra Luna Classic. I think the simple things is getting the supply down to a certain amount, getting the utility back on board, making sure that burns are happening within that utility, but we should be applying pressure to the CEXs right now. Walk it, talk it, hotel lobby, motorsport, good pieces. Like walk it like I talk it. Is that what you? Will be no surprise if there's a takeoff Inu coin is made. Probably. Without the devs, the coin would have died already. That's true. We shouldn't wish that on anyone. Wait, we shouldn't wish that on him? So anyways, I know I posted something on Twitter. I don't know how many people are here from Twitter. But I definitely was having that conversation about the 1.2% tax, the 0.2% tax, the fact that we have this fee burn, and the difference between the fee burn and the tax burn, and how that would make a huge difference if we could see the tax burn get implemented over the fee burn getting implemented everywhere. I think KuCoin needs to be held responsible. I don't know why I'm not following these. I should be following KuCoin and Gate.io because I want to be able to apply pressure. And I think as the tweets go out, I think we need to continue to apply pressure because that's where we stand. What we should see here is we create some sort of a petition. I don't know how to create that petition, but we need to see. I don't know. We can get the votes over on Terra Station, but like CZ has said, that's only people that are voting on Terra Station, the people that hold Terra Luna Classic, the people that hold USTC, that believe in that position wholeheartedly. But then you also want to see more people that are just new investors should they implement some sort of a burn. And yes, it should be known that the burn is happening, but implement the burn across the board. It's not about just Binance implementing the burn. It's about Gate.io, KuCoin, every single platform implementing the burn. So creating that petition, creating this document that they can agree on and have it in writing to where they do sign this. And I don't know, I don't know how they sign off on it, whether it's Twitter or whatever. There has to be something that we sign off on. And if that's doing it in a Word document, creating a link to a tweet that happened, then so be it. That needs to be the way that we do that. Now, I think I can do that by creating something in Word that actually creates the link to individual tweets that they do have saying that they confirm they're going to do this. And then at the bottom line, as these confirmations come in, or if all agree to this, then we can implement the burn tax on this date, right? So we can apply pressure for 30 days straight to push all of these exchanges to at least agree to do it. If all exchanges decide to do it, all the top 20 or 30 exchanges decide to do it, we can implement this burn tax rather than this burn fee, because it's not taken away from Binance, it's not taking away from KuCoin, it's not taking away from Gate.io. It's taken away from all of them collectively, keeping them in the same spot that they were unless they decided to move to one exchange or another. So that's where I stand. And we can list all the exchanges there, and I can break all of that stuff down by bringing it over to Excel, taking all the exchanges, taking all the top exchanges by percentage, and then, just making sure they agree to that. I don't know if Binance TR and Binance are the same thing, but I think we need to have that discussion. So it will happen. I'm going to create it, and we're going to make that fly around Twitter. If we do not get this trending on Twitter, then I don't think the community really wants any type of burns, or the community. And I'm not saying that it needs to trend through me. It could trend through anybody else. I really don't care how it gets done. Let's just get it done. I'm not trying to just build my popularity on Twitter based on this. I do want to build popularity on Twitter, but, obviously organically. And if it comes through this, it comes through that. Or if it comes through this, then it comes through it. But the point is not to build popularity. It's to implement this burn tax the way it should be implemented, and applying pressure. I'm not doing anything to physically burn anything, just like Binance is, or the 0.2% burn tax, or Happy Caddy Crypto, or maybe Classy Crypto, or whoever. I'm not burning anything or being a validator, but I'm trying to get things done that should be getting done. Talking about the buy button, which will significantly increase volume, even though I can't do anything with it besides contact the people that are actually putting in the code. The fact that I even put that out there as an option is a big deal, because nobody out there was putting it as an option, and I don't understand why. So now it brought that discussion. Hey, let's get the buy button on Terra Station. So KuCoin is very close to doing that. I think they already have the coding. We just have to go through the steps in order to get that implemented. So that's a good thing. But that's my plan, is to do something by word of mouth, help people, and help these investors that have been invested into it in a bigger way, not just burning off a small amount. If I have a validator that's burning, if I'm creating a validator, no offense to people that became a validator, because it does create a big decision. If you have something that you believe in, you can vote on it. But then again, if you physically just don't believe in it because you don't like the person, then you can vote it down because that other person created it. So say if someone doesn't like me, they can go, all right, well, this guy talked about me, so I'm voting this this down, this petition, this proposal, and I'm not going to agree with it. And I totally understand that, but that's where you start getting like biases from. But anyways, I'm going to create this, and you know what? I'm going to stop streaming in a couple of minutes. And that's what I'm going to do in the next 30 minutes, is I'm going to create something and see if we can get some links to different exchanges that will implement it. And I'm going to start with the lower exchanges. I'm on the list. I'm going to have a list of all the exchanges. I'm going to start with the lower exchanges on the list and tag them, tag the bigger ones as well. And we just need a tweet or a message or something that we can link to, so that we can always have that proposal. I know that Coinin is going to do it. They're a lower exchange, but I know they're going to do it. MEXC might do it. But let's stay together and let's do this together. Thanks for today, Matt. As always, it's been a pleasure. What date is the Lunatics token going on Terra Station, and when swapping for Lunatics token will be a way to link our Terra Station wallets to Lunatics to be able to stake them? That's probably a question for Lunatics token, but the Lunatics token should be on the Terra Classic chain probably in a couple of days, from what I've heard. I missed it. What did CZ say? Nothing. He said nothing about Terra Luna Classic. He was asked about Twitter every single question. Sorry about that. 99% burn tax. No one will use the chain. 100% true. I don't think 99% burn tax is the right deal. Let's do 99% and get rid of that supply real quick. 50% burn tax. Why not 99%? I think we're all joking when it comes to that. J Rod, thank you for that $50 super chat. I appreciate that. The Terra Station buy button implementation that Coinin is working on sounds like it pulls tokens from CEXs to Terra Station. My question: if they pull tokens from Binance to Terra Station, essentially the purchase would be double taxed. That would be great. I mean, in theory, you would think that that's the case, but we wouldn't know until we actually see transactions that are going through. But either way, it's a 0.2% tax versus a versus the 1.2 that we did have. So either way, I think it's going to be great if people can buy it, and even a 0.4% tax would not be a huge difference maker for people buying on those platforms. So it's good to see. I do have to talk to them, and I will talk to them today to see how close they are and what steps we're taking in order to do that right now. Because I know they've talked about this even without me, and it's good to see that. I want the conversations to continue to happen. I don't want me to lead this because I don't know 100% about how this is going to get done, but I do want to fully understand. And if they have to take maybe an outside approach or an outside method to doing this, then I'm all for it. Matt, KuCoin lied to us. Nobody should use them. They would feel the pain. That's true. I think we need to apply pressure, and we will apply pressure with this whole petition, this whole vote. Hope all is well, bro. Yeah, everything's great. I see a couple of your videos pop up. I mean, it's always great seeing your videos about Reading, because like I always see different stores and different different places that I visited as a kid, and it's crazy to see how they have changed or they're closed or anything like that. Like I remember the outlet stores in Reading. I forget what street they're on, over near the old Navy, and now I think they have a bunch of like supermarkets and stuff that are over there. But I remember the outlet stores. I used to go there all the time and, buy One sneakers and shorts and all that stuff. Ninth, yes. It was, yeah, I remember those days. I used to go there and take the elevator and go up to the store where you had Foot Locker, I believe, and just get some Ones, and that was back in the day. But yeah, I definitely miss Reading. I miss it a lot. I'm still outside of Reading, but I miss how Reading was. Like I'm right here, but I miss how Reading once was before. With all the stores, people that visited, especially in Penn Street. But it's not what it once was. So eventually, maybe it'll get to something more interesting. I saw pictures even before my time, and it looked like it was even more popping then than it was when I was a kid. I used to go down to Penn Street and go to all those stores, the bank that was over there, all that stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Before you go, Matt, I just wanted to say thanks for everything you do. Be well, friend. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being here, for chatting with me, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'll try and do a lot more on TikTok. I'll do a lot more on YouTube, on Twitch. I already do a lot on YouTube, but do a lot more on Twitch. And I'm definitely gonna post a ton more on Twitter. Let people know when I'm live. Also create videos, unique videos for Twitter and TikTok, and hopefully things can grow from there. But look out for whatever petition that is. Maybe you're limited to 10,000 per month, Richard. I don't ask people to. Matt won't let me send a super chat. You don't have to send. First of all, I don't limit anybody, but You don't have to send any super chats. That's not. I do greatly appreciate it. So J-Rod sending a super chat, it doesn't go unnoticed. I really do appreciate it a lot. But nobody really has to send a super chat. I do greatly appreciate it though. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It looks like I'm shadow banned. Why would I be shadow banned? I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna stay on TikTok for a little bit. So if you want to join me on TikTok, go over there and we can chat it up. I don't know how many people are gonna be commenting, but we definitely will talk about it over on TikTok. So if you want to join me, feel free to join me. We'll be over there for probably, I don't know, 10 more minutes or so. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on YouTube and Twitch later. See ya.